welcome back to the Pantry Kitchen. I'm Catherine and today we are making Snickerdoodle Cookies. This is a great cookie to add to your holiday baking, and I'm also going to show you how to freeze cookies so you can bake ahead of time and enjoy your holidays with your family and your friends. So grab your ingredients and let's get started. In my bowl here I have all my dry ingredients. So I've got my flour, salt, baking soda, and cream of tartar. And again, just so as you always know, the ingredients in the description bar down below. Now in the bowl of my standing mixer fitted with a paddle attachment, I've got my softened butter, sugar, and vanilla extract. I have my eggs warming up just in a bowl, uncracked in a bowl of warm water. If you're ready to bake and your eggs are too cold, you want to make sure that they're room temp. So before you crack them, just put them in a bowl of warm water just to heat them up a little. So I'm going to start creaming this together, and I'm doing it in my mixer today just because it's a lot easier. You can do it by hand if you wish, or with a handheld electric mixer as well, but I'm going to just use this guy because he makes my life a lot easier. So I'm going to whip that until it's nice and creamy. Alright, so now that our Snickerdoodle dough is all ready to be portioned out, in the meantime, no! Alright, now that our Snickerdoodle is ready to be portioned out, we're going to go ahead and use a small ice cream scoop, and I'm going to show you how to freeze your cookies. So we're going to chill this dough regardless. If you're going to go ahead and make them now, we're still going to chill the dough. So you can kind of go through the same method, but I'm going to show you how to freeze them for the holidays. So with my small baking sheets here, I'm going to portion my dough onto the cookie sheet. So I take a pretty decent, I kind of don't make it flush, I make it a little bit bigger because, you know, bigger cookies are always better. And I've made a double batch today, so the recipe I'll have down below is just a single batch. So if you want to go ahead during the holidays, this is the perfect time, especially in November, to kind of get yourself set up for December. I know this holiday season will look a little different for some of you, especially, well, for most of us, but hopefully everyone will still be able to enjoy the holidays with their families. So by doing this now, you'll save yourself a lot of time when it comes to the holiday season, because these freeze really well, especially if you do it properly. They will keep until Christmas, no problem. And then you can just go ahead, take them out when you need them, and bake as many as you'd like. And this makes for less cleanup around the holidays too, and a lot easier to do baking with your kids. Let's say they're at school and you have time to get this done, or you do this step and then you get the joy of baking cookies with them, but without all the mess. Alright, so now that all our cookies are portioned out, we're going to go ahead and pop them in the freezer. This batch made 24 cookies, so the one down below will make a dozen, so go ahead and multiply that as many cookies as you need to make. Single layer only, these are going to go in the freezer like I said. We're going to bake some now, so they don't need to be frozen solid. So if you're going to make this and do cookies right away and bake them, they need to go in the freezer for about 15 to 20 minutes until they're pretty cold. if you're doing this method to prep for the holidays or any other time of the year, you want them to be frozen solid. So probably 2 to 4 hours or overnight is best as well. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, and then I'll show you what we can prep in the meantime while they're freezing. So in the meantime, while your cookies are freezing, you can go ahead and prep your cinnamon sugar. Cinnamon sugar is just 1/4 cup of granulated sugar with a tablespoon of cinnamon. We're gonna have the ingredients listed right here for you. I wasn't gonna make it because I already had so much already prepped. This one too, I did some cinnamon sugar donuts, same concept, sugar and cinnamon, but this one had some orange zest in there, so I think it's great and festive. So if you want to do the same thing, just add a little bit of orange zest to your cinnamon sugar and put that in a container with a lid, and now you're ready to dip your cookies. All right, so now that our cookies are frozen a bit and nice and chilled, they were in the freezer for about 20 minutes, so that gave them enough time for the butter to set, so that way they don't spread so much when they go into the oven. So we're gonna go ahead, I just have my cinnamon sugar here in a bowl, and we're just going to coat each cookie in the cinnamon sugar. This is what really gives it that classic snickerdoodle taste and look, because the sugar will kind of give this crackly effect in the oven, and it's really pretty. I like to do the cinnamon sugar right before the oven because I just find that they freeze better without the cinnamon sugar, and this is just a quick addition that you have to do before you put them in the oven. Kind of like crinkle cookies as well. If you dip them in the icing sugar, they tend to not freeze well, so you want to do just the dough, and then you can dip them in after, before you bake them. Now that all our cookies have their cinnamon sugar coating, they're ready to go in the oven. So I've got my oven preheated to 350 Fahrenheit, 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and they're gonna go in for about 10 to 12 minutes. Just keep an eye, and you want them to be lightly golden brown. All right, so I've got my bag labeled here, and I'm gonna go ahead and pop my cookies in here. Once they're frozen, you can stack them, more than just a single layer in the bag, but I like to keep it just a single layer. If I am doing the bags, they're easier to stack in my freezer, but if you've got a little extra and you gotta put them in this bag, that's okay too. So by putting the date, you'll know when they were prepped and how long. Cookies last a very long time in the freezer, but it just gives you an indicator on when you prep them. So sealed tight, try and get as much air out of it as you can. Now this is ready to go back in the freezer and ready for when that craving hits at nighttime and you need something sweet, or for your holiday baking. All right, now that our cookies are cooling, you can see that I've got a few other varieties as well. So I baked off some of my sea salt chocolate chunk cookies, which those are on the channel already as well. Got some biscotti here, some French macarons, and of course the Snickerdoodle cookies that we made. So I'm just gonna show you a quick way to utilize these cookies in your holiday gift giving. I can't work like this.
Action.
Okay. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. You've learned how to do a mixed cookie box, make Snickerdoodle cookies, and how to freeze cookies for the holiday. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe. Leave me a comment down below for what you want to see, and be sure to stay tuned for more holiday content coming on the channel. Bye, guys.
I started the camera. It's starting.
My hair's sticking out, just like
No one's gonna see
alfalfa sprout. I'm back. All right.